Are you waking up tired, feeling like your energy is slipping away? And intimacy just isn't the same anymore. You're not alone. I mean, you're not broken. I'm Dr. Barbara O'Neill, a board-certified urologist and men's health physician. I've spent over 2 decades helping men over 50 reclaim their strength, confidence, and performance without relying on pills or gimmicks. Because what's really happening inside your body, and the 1-minute technique you're about to learn, just might surprise you. If you find this helpful, join our community by subscribing so you never miss videos designed for men like you. But here's what most people don't realize. The strength, stamina, and control you once felt in your body wasn't just testosterone or mindset. It was anchored in a group of small, often ignored muscles you've likely never even thought about. I'm talking about your pelvic floor and specifically 2 key players, the bulbospongiosus and the ischiocavernosus. These muscles sit deep between the base of your pelvis and your perineum, the area just between your scrotum and anus. And while you can't see them in the mirror, you've definitely felt the effects when they've started to weaken. I've seen it countless times in my patients. A man in his late 50s or early 60s walks into my office, sits down with a quiet sigh, and says something like, "Doc, I don't feel the same anymore." He's not just talking about drive or desire. He's talking about function, the kind of internal power that gives you confidence, staying power, and control. What most men don't know is that these very muscles are directly responsible for things like blood retention during arousal, ejaculation force, and even the ability to hold it when you really need to. They're the unsung foundation of male performance. But as we age, especially if we've spent decades sitting at desks, slouched on couches, or simply not engaging these muscles, they start to atrophy. Combine that with falling testosterone, poor blood flow, and increased inflammation, and suddenly it feels like your body is slipping out of your hands. You're not broken, you're just deactivated. And your core performance system has gone quiet from years of neglect. This is why some men feel they just don't have the same strength down there anymore. It's not in your head, it's in your muscles, and they're still there waiting to be reawakened. But here's where most men go wrong. They overlook a simple daily technique that can wake these muscles up again, and it only takes a single minute. Now, here's the mistake most seniors make. They assume the problem is just in their head, that the spark has faded because of stress or age, or maybe they've just lost the edge. But the truth, the real issue, is often much deeper and far more physical than people realize. When I sit down with a patient struggling with performance, I don't start with the mind. I start with the blood vessels. You see, one of the biggest reasons men feel less alive in the bedroom after 50 is something we call vascular aging. Over time, your blood vessels are done, especially the delicate ones that supply your pelvic region, begin to stiffen, narrow, and lose their ability to expand. It's not your fault. It's biology. In your 20s and 30s, those vessels were wide open, like a freshly paved freeway with 0 traffic. But now, it's more like a 1-lane tunnel during rush hour. The flow just isn't getting through. And here's where things get even more complicated. Your body's natural production of nitric oxide, the chemical that signals blood vessels to relax and widen, drops sharply after age 50. That means even when your mind is in the right place, your body struggles to follow. Add in dropping testosterone levels, chronic inflammation, and years of sedentary habits, and the result is a silent, invisible slowdown that hits where it matters most. But the good news is this: circulation can be reawakened, blood vessels can respond, and there's a surprisingly simple technique I often recommend to my patients to help jumpstart this process. It's gentle, it's natural, and it only takes about 60 seconds a day. It's called perineal massage, and it's not strange or uncomfortable. It's simply a way to stimulate direct blood flow to the very area where most men feel the decline. But before you try this, you need to know the exact spot to target, because most men miss it by just an inch, and that inch makes all the difference. Now, here's where most men miss the mark. They're just 1 inch away from dramatically better blood flow, sensation, and control. And the solution? It's right beneath them, literally. You've heard me talk about the perineum before, but now I want to show you exactly how to engage it. Because this isn't some gimmick or mystical energy trick. This is clinical, anatomical, and incredibly effective. The perineum is the area between your scrotum and anus, and it's home to the muscles we talked about earlier, along with rich bundles of blood vessels and nerves that fuel arousal and potency. This isn't strange. This is your powerhouse zone. And when you stimulate this area correctly, you're essentially waking up the entire lower system, from circulation to nerve signaling to muscular support. I tell my patients, this isn't a quick fix. It's a daily signal to your body that it's time to engage again. Here's how you do it. After a warm shower, when the tissues are relaxed and blood flow is already gently increased, take 2 fingers or a small massage ball and apply light pressure to the perineum. Use slow circular motions for 30 to 60 seconds, not too deep, not aggressive. Think of it like stirring awareness into the body, not forcing anything. You may feel a slight tingling warmth or sense of release. That's good. That's the nervous system waking up. Do this once a day. Consistency, not intensity, is what makes this powerful. Over the years, I've had men of all ages, some in their early 50s, others in their late 70s, tell me that after just a few weeks, they noticed something they hadn't felt in years, a renewed connection to their body, more sensitivity, better control, and yes, even improved confidence with their partner. But that's not all. To get the most out of this, you need to avoid one silent killer of male performance. That's something most men do every day without realizing the damage it's causing. Now, here's the mistake most men make. They do everything else right, but forget about the one habit that slowly drains their energy, weakens their performance, and robs them of progress. It's not their diet, it's not age, it's something much simpler and far more common. I'm talking about excessive sitting and the poor posture that comes with it. Think about your day. Maybe you drive to work or sit at a home office. You're in meetings, answering emails, stuck in traffic, and finally you unwind on the couch watching TV after dinner. It seems harmless, even relaxing. But here's what's happening inside your body. The muscles around your hips and pelvis are shortening. Your core disengages. Your pelvic nerves get compressed and your blood flow slows down, right in the exact region that controls your sexual health, bladder function, and deep energy levels. Over time, that creates a subtle chronic stress on the very system you're trying to restore. That's why so many men feel like they're doing all the right things, eating better, trying supplements, even doing the perineal massage, and yet still feel stuck. Because you can't unlock full function if your foundation is under constant pressure. But the fix? It's easier than you think. Here's what I recommend to every man over 50, every 30 minutes of sitting, stand up and walk for 2 minutes. That's simple. While you're up, add in a few Kegel squeezes, the very muscles we've already talked about. Then once or twice a day, take just 3 to 5 minutes to stretch your hip flexors and glutes. These areas tighten the fastest and put the most strain on your pelvic floor. These tiny shifts in your daily rhythm compound quickly. Within days, you may notice better posture, easier movement, and more connection during intimacy. Within weeks, you may feel like the fog has lifted, like more energy, more control, more of you coming back online. And here's the part most men forget. What to do if you've already lost function or confidence. That's where we go next. Let me tell you something I say to every man who walks into my office, head down, voice low, eyes filled with doubt. You're not past your prime. You're not too old. You've just been overlooked. Overlooked by a system that never taught you how to take care of your body as it changes, as it matures, evolves, and ages with time. We were never given a guidebook for this stage of life. And too often the world tells us to just accept the decline, that lower energy, weaker performance, and fading drive are simply part of getting older. But I'm here to tell you that's not the full truth. Your body is still incredibly adaptable. I've seen it firsthand. Blood vessels regenerate. Nerves, even ones long believed dormant, can wake up. Muscles that have been quiet for decades can grow stronger. And it all starts with something small, something daily, like a 1-minute massage that reconnects you to the engine beneath your pelvis, or a conscious decision to move your body every 30 minutes. Or finally doing the work to reclaim control over your own health. You don't have to suffer in silence. You don't have to fake confidence. And you absolutely don't need to pretend this doesn't matter. Because it does. It matters for your confidence, your relationship, your sense of self. What you need is a simple, proven way forward and someone in your corner who believes it's still possible. That's why I'm here. So if you've felt dismissed, if you've blamed yourself, or if you've believed the lie that it's too late, please hear me clearly now. You are not broken. You are not alone. And your best years, and filled with clarity, energy, and dignity, can still be ahead of you. Because masculine energy doesn't disappear. It just needs to be reawakened. If you found this valuable, join our community and subscribe so you never miss future guidance designed for men like you. Because this is more than a video. It's a movement of men reclaiming their health, confidence, and dignity without shame, without silence, and without shortcuts. And remember the loop we opened earlier? That 1-minute technique and the perineal massage is more than just a physical act. When paired with small daily movements, mindful posture, and simple awareness of your pelvic health, it becomes a signal to your body. I'm still here. I still matter. This is how you restore not just performance, but deep energy, emotional strength, and the kind of restful sleep that makes you feel whole again. So keep showing up for yourself. Keep moving forward because you deserve confidence. You deserve connection and you deserve to feel like yourself again. Not just in moments of intimacy, but in every single part of your life. Take care of your health because you are worth it.